Move to the left. Move to the right. Move up.
This is actually the first time I've ever been on camera talking about any of this.
You know, every man has two lives, and the second starts when he realizes he has just one.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Brian. Over the last 17 years, I've built some of the biggest YouTube channels and creator businesses in the world.
Hello. Good morning. We're here this morning with Brian Lee, head of Rodeo Arcade. I didn't get the tights memo, guys.
I've also managed talent, some of who have gone on to win Grammys, perform at the Super Bowl.
Where we at, Breeze? We're right here. We're at the home front. We're getting the Grammy. You know what I'm saying? Millions of people watching. You
gotta document the journey.
know what I'm saying?
And in the process, I've also had a couple of exits. The biggest being the world's largest MCN, which we sold to Disney. And here's the thing, unless you worked with me on any of these projects, you would have no idea who I was. And that was by design.
You're too loud, you're making too much noise. Look at me. The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room.
Up until recently, I always thought that real power was invisible. Everything that I had learned and told myself worked up until about 100 days ago. That's when my body revolted. I woke up with double vision, which eventually turned into numbness in my hands, and then a slurring of my speech. By the time I checked into the ER, I couldn't walk, and the doctors began running every test. And the terrifying part wasn't the pain, it was the fact that nobody had any idea what was going on. And after the longest week of my life, they told me that I had Miller-Fisher syndrome. My immune system was attacking my own body. They didn't say it, but I knew it was because of stress. The travel, the work, always on the go, always trying to optimize. And it was my body's way of telling me, you gotta stop. And I'll never forget being in that cold MRI machine for hours. I'm lying there and the YouTube pre-roll ad is playing in my headphones. I had a million things going through my mind, but one thought cut through. If this is really the way that I'm gonna go out, will my kids know who I was? I started to think about how they know me. If you ask them what I do, they'd probably say,
something with video.
And if they didn't, what proof will they have that I ever existed? My LinkedIn, would they really know who I was? Or would they be left with the slideshow version that they'd play at the funeral? And I thought about it, and the sad answer is no. And that's when I realized I had spent almost half of my life making others unforgettable, and I never used any of those skills to tell my own story. I'm about to disappear, and I realized in that moment that I was the only one that could have prevented it.
Tyler, what the f is going on here?
I think you know.
If that was the end, I had done the whole thing wrong.
Move your head, let me.
Well, I'm here now. I can see, I'm moving around. It took 3 long, slow months. And here's the thing, I'm scared because I could feel it coming back. Not the symptoms, but the old version of me. I could feel the old habits, the old hustle, the old grind slowly starting to seep back in.
A happy person wants 10,000 things. A sick person just wants one thing.
I promised myself in the hospital that if I ever recovered, I would live my second life making sure that my kids knew exactly who I was. And that's why I'm making this video. My plan was actually to shoot this video 2 weeks ago. I was at a creator conference and the idea was to line up collaborations, shoot a bunch of B-roll. I wanted to edit it all down perfectly, but waiting for the perfect version, that's just another old pattern in disguise. So I just hit record in my office because even if I wait one more day, I will have learned nothing at all. And my kids would have no receipts. I don't have a content calendar or programming strategy. I don't know when I'll put up a second video. But what I do know is that I'm gonna keep showing up. I'm gonna talk about the things that I've learned building, the things that I've learned failing, and the things that I'm building right now. So that when people ask, hey, what did Dad do? They won't have to guess. They'll be able to see it. This isn't the video that I imagined, but I know it's the one that I had to make. This is me keeping the promise that I made to myself in the hospital. This is me leaving receipts.